Hey guys, welcome to Passport Day 3. We are now headed to Greece. Again, I am your guide and presenter, specializing in mythological pantheons, and we are going to explore ancient Greece today, which is where we get much of our own culture. This passport is good for today's instruction. Tomorrow will be a crash course and a play posit, still concerning the Greek pantheon, but as far as the passport, it's just for today. Although most of this is a play posit in which you answer questions as we go along, there will be a Dropbox assignment afterwards. The next 2 days, you're going to learn about the Greek pantheon. Tomorrow, you'll watch a video and be quizzed on the gods and goddesses, but for today, we'll be visiting the culture. We must do this in order to understand the culture behind the myths. The very last thing that you're going to be doing is work with the language and see where we get some of our own English words from the ancient Greeks. In order to understand more about the Greek pantheon, we have to know more about the people who told these stories and lived believing in these gods. The ancient Greeks were considered polytheistic and believed in the Greek myths to be true. Hades, Zeus, Hermes, Athena, and Mount Olympus were an integral part of their everyday lives. Who were the ancient Greeks? Ancient Greece was a civilization that dominated much of the Mediterranean thousands of years ago. At its peak under Alexander the Great, ancient Greece ruled much of Europe and Western Asia. The Greeks came before the Romans, and much of the Roman culture was influenced by the Greeks. Ancient Greece formed the foundation of much of Western culture today. Everything from government, philosophy, science, mathematics, art, literature, and even sports was impacted by the ancient Greeks. So to break it down, men. Men had a much better life in ancient Greece than women. Only men could be full citizens. Only men made the important decisions. Normally, only men fought in armies, took part in sports, and met in public. Women. Spartan women were taught reading and writing and skills to protect themselves in battle. They had more freedom than women and girls living in Athens, as well as looking after the house, making clothes. Women in Athens were taught skills they would need to run a home, such as cooking and weaving. They were expected to look after the home, make the clothes, and bear the children. That's it. Slaves. Only in the poorest homes were women expected to carry out all the duties by herself. Most homes had female slaves who cooked, cleaned, and collected fresh water every day. There were also some male slaves. Their responsibilities included protecting the home and tutoring male children. As far as marriage goes, girls had to do exactly as their father told them, and this included marrying the man their father chose for them. Even when married, a woman was not free. She had to do as her husband wished. She was not allowed out on her own and was not often seen by people other than her own family. So where are the ancient Greeks from? Greece has an area of mainland, which is very mountainous, and hundreds of small islands dotted around in the Aegean and Ionian seas. There are about 140 inhabited islands in Greece, but if you count every rocky outcrop, the total surges to about 3,000. The largest island is Crete, which is in the Mediterranean Sea. The highest mountain in Greece is Mount Olympus, seat of the gods of Greek mythology. Mount Parnassus has on its lower slope the ancient site of Delphi, once dedicated to the god Apollo and famous for its oracle. The largest city and capital of Greece is Athens, with a population of over 3 million people. The first Olympic Games were held in 776 BC at the Greek city of Olympia. So we're going to watch some horrible history versions of what happened.
Groovy Greeks. Welcome back to HHTV Sport, bringing you live sporting events direct from the past. Today, we've got exclusive coverage of the Olympics from ancient Greece. So let's go over to our commentary team in the year 400 BC.
Good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's coverage. We're all set here for the finals of the sprint, which should be taking place in a couple of minutes. The athletes are naked. They're naked. The athletes are actually naked. They're not ready. They're not ready.
No, we are ready. We run naked.
Over to you, Tanny.
So we run, man. It's an ancient Greek thing.
Okay. Over to you, Tanny, with the women's events, please.
Hi, I'll be covering all the women's events at these Olympics. Oh, I'm just cheering. There are no women's events. Women aren't allowed to take part at these Olympic Games. apparently they're not even allowed to watch. I guess it's an ancient Greek thing. Back to the studio.
Right, well, while we wait for something we can actually cover, let's just catch up with the Olympic medal table so far. Greece doing pretty well there, as you'd expect. No one else is competing. So Greece, top of the table there, and indeed bottom. Speaking of bottoms, let's go back to John.
Hello again. I'm pleased to say I'm standing with the fully clothed Euthamias. Shouldn't you be getting ready? You're on in a minute.
I am ready. This is how we race.
I thought you guys ran in the nude.
No. This race is the Hoplamaki. We run the whole thing in full armour, like show off our military prowess.
But it's just a running race. Why do you need a shield?
It's an ancient Greek thing. When you're this close to the javelin area, kind of comes in handy.
Over to you, Richard.
Thank you, John. I'm here for an update on the Pantheon. So what is that, I hear you ask? It's two men fighting, only with no gloves and even fewer rules. Here to tell me all about it is the winner, Krugas.
I'm Daxamenos, the loser. That's Krugas. He's the winner.
Ah, isn't he, well, dead?
Yes, he's dead. See, the thing is, in Pancration, you're not supposed to kill your opponent. I did, and so I got disqualified. So technically, Krugas is the winner.
Don't tell me it's an ancient Greek thing. So, why don't you talk us through it?
Well, the thing is, I've got pretty sharp nails on my hand, and when I hit him in the stomach, I sort of pulled his guts out.
Coming up next, my lunch. Back to the studio.
You're right,
All right. So even though this was from the 400s, when we actually see other places compete, we were in 776. So let's move on.
Groovy Greeks.
And in this next one, we're going to talk about the belief in the gods a little bit. And what is happening? Here we go. In this next one, we're going to briefly visit Greeks and their faith in the gods. And this is just a funny little commercial about it before we lead into tomorrow when you are working with the gods and goddesses more. And so let's take a look.
We ancient Greeks believed that certain birds carried messages from the gods.
Lysander, look yonder. A dove this way flies, a bird of such beauty.
Truly the radiant dove is a worthy messenger for the goddess of beauty herself, Aphrodite.
It takes her messages from heaven and brings them to us mere mortals on earth. Behold, I think it's heading for this very tree.
Tell us Aphrodite's bidding, O white-winged one.
A blessing.
It's easy for you to say, you haven't got poo on your shoulder.
No, think, Lysander. The gods themselves have chosen you to receive this divine message.
This brown message, my toga's ruined.
Consider, Lysander. Perhaps this bird brings tidings of great joy, of a future love. Perhaps you have been singled out for greatness.
Or perhaps the gods want us to stop standing under trees full of doves.
Yeah, it could be that.
Maybe the gods want us to stand over there.
Maybe they do, yeah.
That's right. The ancient Greeks believed that different birds carried messages for different gods. Aphrodite had doves and swans, Zeus had eagles, and Ares had owls and vultures. A chicken brought me a message once. It said, "Eat me." Must have been for the god of food. And humans had some unusual ways of transporting messages as well.
Hi, I'm a shouty man, and I'm here to tell you about new ancient Greek tattoo messenger, the secret messaging revolution. Do you have trouble keeping your secret messages secret?
Shh, sorry. Do you have trouble keeping your secret messages secret?
Then you need new ancient Greek tattoo messenger, the perfect way to arrange a rebellion without alerting your enemy. Simply shave the head of your most trusted slave and tattoo your secret message directly onto his scalp. Ouch.
Please arrange a rebellion. Ow, spell rebellion wrong. Cross it out.
Then simply wait for the slave's hair to grow back, and voila, bingo bango! Your message is completely hidden from prying eyes. And Ancient Greek Tattoo Messenger comes with its own easy-to-hear instructions.
shave off my hair and you'll find a secret message tattooed on my head.
I shall act on this secret message at once. Although he has spelled Persians incorrectly. So try new ancient Greek tattoo messenger today. The ancient messaging system that's both here today, but not gone tomorrow. Or something. All right? Warning, slaves with pre-existing baldness are not suitable.
So, as you can see, messages from the gods and messages from each other. But either way that you look at it, the Greeks had some different beliefs. You're now concluding day 1 of your tour of Greek mythology. Thank you for traveling with me through this adventure into the past. Your next stop will be to fill out the Dropbox assignment. Tomorrow you will join me on a crash course of Greek gods and goddesses. But before you go, check out these gems for inspiration for the Dropbox.
We get from the Greeks.
Hero. The colossal dragon. Epic.
School.
Apology. Amnesia.
History, music, geography, philosophy, biology, economics, mathematics.
Disaster.
Practice grammar.
Catastrophe.
Unhygienic. Or bacteria.
Nausea. Oh, gastroenteritis. Agony.
Comedy.
Idiot.
Halitosis.
Apology.
Ovation.
Analysis of arthritis, eczema, gangrene, hemorrhoids, anemia, acne,
Anxiety.
hallucinations, amnesia, mania, paralysis, allergy, hemorrhage, hysteria,
Pharmacy. Antiseptic.
autopsy.
So that should give you inspiration for where our words come from. Join me tomorrow.